Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. You know, the West, some countries in the West claim, try to isolate Russia from what and where our international community. I don't think that is successful so far, and I don't think it will ever be successful. And if that would happen, uh, uh, I would be concerned with the regimentation of the whole planet. I'm not saying that. I mean, you have in order to be isolated, you have to do to really act in a certain way that there's no couldn't be other interpretation than the one that would uh, make us condemn or that particular person or whatever country or situation. It seems like this special operation, invasion, war crisis in Ukraine, it's not falling under that category since we have many countries, at least a third at the United Nations, since they did not vote to impose sanctions and condemn Russia, which are on the other side. So that's not an isolation yet. Now, you can say total isolation, partial isolation. Well, there's not going to be a total isolation, and partial isolation could be, but the problem is this creates other problems, and that it speeds up the process of creation of the second club, which is Russia, China, could be India, could be Brazil, could be South Africa, could be Serbia, could be many countries that did not follow the script yet provided by the first club, which tried with its regular tactics of blackmail and coercion and threats to get them in line. And it seems like with some of them you can't, like China, and some are trying to still stay hidden somewhere, so under some little rocks until they're discovered by the Americans and say, "Hey, here you go, come over here." What? That's how they're gonna happen. So Saudi Arabia is another country who plays independent. I don't know for how long, since Saudi Arabia was a good partner and still is of the United States. That's the deal with the Saudis. We give you oil, you give us weapons, and you protect us from desert storms, I guess. All right. So this article we have it from Bloomberg, Andrew Davis, May 22nd, 2022, and this is the title: Saudi Arabia continues to support Russia's place in OPEC plus, OPC, OPEC plus. So that's not good. Bloomberg, Saudi Arabia signaled it will continue to support Russia's role in the OPEC plus group of oil producers, undermining US-led efforts to isolate Moscow over its invasion of Ukraine, the Financial Times responded. Saudi Arabia was hoping, and I'm quoting, to work out an agreement with OPEC plus, which includes Russia, end quote. Energy Minister Prince Abdul Aziz bin Salman told the FT. FT is all right. The I don't know what it is. The world, and I'm quoting, the world should appreciate the value, end close, of the alliance, he told the paper. OPEC Plus production quotas, which have been in place since April 2020, are set to expire in 3 months. The US has been pressuring OPEC to boost output to ensure surging energy prices. To ease, not to ensure, to ease surging energy prices. Prince Abdulaziz told the paper that OPEC Plus would increase production, and I'm quoting, if the demand is there, end quote. But it was too soon to have an idea of what a new agreement would look like. With the havoc of you see now, it's too premature to try to pinpoint an agreement, he said. But what we know is that what we have succeeded to deliver is sufficient for people to say, so far there is a merit, there is a value of being there, working together. Yeah, so that's one point when you can't make everybody do what you want unless you really go and use force. and force like physical force, army invasion, things like this, or a little regime change somehow within interior. You activate some little cells that you have over there. Definitely, they all have cells, not only on their body but everywhere. So Saudi Arabia, just a reminder, declined to increase output at US's request, since some say it has to do with the lack of support coming from the US regarding the um, Yemen attacks, the little tribe over there. It escapes right now the name, unbelievable. Only Tutsi comes in it. It's not Tutsi. Anyway, it's just um, I know I can remember it. I'm sorry. I think it comes with an age, but who knows? So anyway, there's some attacks that occurred over there with a war in Yemen. Saudis, not Audis, Saudis claim that they were not supported by Americans. Then it was that little gaff, not gaff, the starting from the assassination of Khashoggi, Jamal Khashoggi, the correspondent of a prestigious U.S. media outlet, and he in Ankara, I think he was dismembered in the Saudi consulate, and then the CIA, I think, concluded in its report that allegedly, or concluded that that Prince Mohammed bin Salman gave the order, was implicated in this assassination, which the prince denied. And it was a big political situation where U.S. President Biden made some very bad, poor, undiplomatic remarks addressed towards this Prince Salman. And then they sent Sullivan or whoever they sent to discuss with the prince, and they reminded him about this, asked him about this. Prince Salman yelled at this weasel and said, "Don't ever talk to me about that ever." And then so that's a little stalemate. Or I said stalemate is just they don't they're not friends at this point. Let's put it this way. And then Saudi Arabia got in contact with Iran. They're gonna meet in Iraq. They invited the Turkish president Erdogan in Riyadh, and they invited the new Pakistani Prime Minister Sharif to Riyadh, and then it's a lot of and then the Saudis sell oil at a discount to Russians, to the Chinese and the East Asian countries, but they don't sell it at a discount to the United States. So all these are just slap, 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 slap over the American administration and U.S. citizens who are represented by these guys. So there's word that President Biden will meet Prince Mohammed bin Salman in a month or so. If Biden makes it by then, I know he's a little bit, upset, and not upset, but you know what I mean. So we'll see. Nevertheless, Russia is not isolated, sells oil with no problem to many countries, including, and gas to many countries, including European countries that play in rubles after they transfer in Gazprom Bank their euros or dollars. So yeah, that's is isolated. The world is going to be divided in big two blocks. It seems like if Russia doesn't disappear. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.